Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. Currently you're sort of planning to and really start to sculpt the landscape around us in a way that anybody who played FS13 could only have dreamed of. Same with FS15 and 17, like we've all dreamed of being able to sculpt the environment around us as we play the game, and we do now have that option. So it's like I kind of feel like it would be a bit of a shame not to go and do that. So I am thinking that might be something that we should seriously consider doing. We go and sell this little load here, then we've got a bit more that we can sell after this, and then that is it for straw. We need to get started straight away with planting, so we need to start getting our barley in the ground. Then that's going to be another round of straw as well from that. And then after that we'll change. I think I may have actually, when I came to doing my crop rotation, I think I may have swapped canola and barley over so that I didn't have two lots of straw in succession. I had a little bit of a gap in between them. That, I think, was my only concession to crop rotations of any kind, was just to spread out the straw harvests a little bit. And maybe I'll do that. I don't think I will, though. Well, it depends on what you tell me about crops being used. If you want me to stick with the traditional 4 crops of barley, wheat, canola, and corn, then I might rotate it round a little bit so that we do wheat, canola, barley, corn. At the moment, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it just as it is, and we'll work our way through in order. And then after that, we can sort of take a look, and we will see about whether which crops we're using and how we're doing it, and so on. Like I've said before, there's no hard and fast rules to this series in any way, shape, or form. There are certain things that I will do. There are certain things that I don't want to do. Increasing the capacity of forage wagons was not something that I wanted to do at any point, strangely enough. I didn't think that I should do that. And I did increase the capacity of trailers that I used for doing silage harvest. If I did corn and I decided to do most of it, or all or some of it at least, I can't remember how much I did, but I used to use the BGA plant a fair bit, actually. So if I decided to do a silage harvest and get going down there at the BGA plant, I used to use a silage trailer that had the capacity modified so that I didn't have to do quite so many trips backwards and forwards. I think I used to run back and forth with the 100,000 litre capacity. And that way. And I did work through a great deal of the fields doing that, because I would make silage up by the cows, because there was a silage bunker up there, so I'd make silage for them, and then I would also make silage for the BGA as well, and I'd end up filling up both of them, and that's what I would do. So I would have all of the fields planted with corn, and then fill up all the silage bunkers that I could. And the farm one was the priority one, and then I would fill up the BGA. I'm not sure if I actually filled it up completely, or if I also combined some of the crop as well. Genuinely can't remember what happened with that bit. I think that I did do a couple of harvests that I did all silage across the entire farm, but usually I would only do silage to the fields that were closest to the BGA and fields that were closest to the farm itself, to the cattle farm. So I'd fill up the bunker at the cows, and I would fill... yeah, there was a bunker. Yes, of course there was a bunker at the cows. Yeah, there was. Fill up the bunker at the cows, and then I would also fill up, like, do a load at the BGA for the fields that were close-ish, and then the rest I would get the combines going just to, like, finish it off. There was... I think to start with, before I went and bought the forager and I had cows, I would do a bit of grass silage from the fields up above the cows. Like, if you have a look at where the cows are here. This is a hill that you climb up, that I would do as grass, and that would be as grass there, and that was grass. And I would buy these 3 as quickly as I could. That one there, that was a crop. That I didn't do as grass. Grass was over this side. So then I would come in around here. That was my biggest grass field. And this, I would do the whole lot here. I would mow it all and then row it all up. And then I would bring that down with the forage wagons and make silage down here at the cows. You go and visit them over here. Where's the silage bunker? There is no silage. I thought the silage bunker used to be here. It was either here or it was down that side. There is no silage bunker. They haven't actually got a silage bunker here at the moment. You have to go and place that. We have to place that ourselves. Right, I can't press R on that bit. I don't know why. I can't press R anywhere on the back. I'm assuming then I need to actually have... How do I buy more cows? Oh, it's because I don't own it. Right, fair enough, I don't own it. That's why we can't do anything with that. Alright, let's look back over here. So, you're done. You're all finished. I'm going to park you in there next to our Profi hopper. And then I'm going to get the seed drill on, and we're going to start planting some seed. I'm actually going to swap the 2 tractors over, and I'll put the small tractor on the seed drill, and we'll put the bigger tractor on the cultivator, because the cultivator will be done first, and then I can use this tractor for other jobs, should I wish to. And this is how I used to do everything. I would put it on to 1 time speed. As soon as I got to the desired time of day, once the crop was ready, it goes on to... The time scale would go on to 1 time speed. And that is where it would stay until all tasks had been accomplished. And that's kind of like how I play most of the time anyway. Right, I want to go... No, that's the button I got for straps. Barley is next. Doing barley next. We're going to bring you back over here. We will lower you down and lift the lid. And fill that one up. There we go. Need to be next to it, not in front of it. That's what we've got to do here. That's what I was doing wrong. Okay. Let's bring that one over here. So I'm just going to bring it up this side, and then we will swap these 2 vehicles over, like I said. And then we can... I'll just lower this one down here. Because we may end up selling some crops. We may end up doing another run and selling more crops. So if we're going to go and do that, we'll be glad of having the faster tractor available as soon as this cultivating is finished. We'll then be able to do a little bit of running around. So we might be doing the trees. I'm pretty sure I've already asked people about the trees, so I'll be finding out pretty soon if trees is how you want me to do them. We've got 14,000 euros at the moment, so we could be in a good position for being able to get the trees anyway. So let's take you down this... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to take you down anywhere at all for a second. I'm just going to put you there, and then I'm going to switch over to this tractor. I'm going to start on this side of the field now. And I'll work my way towards the middle with the cultivator. Get you over there, so that I'm not doing, like, the very outside edge last. It's always been a thing for me. Then you do sometimes have some strange results when you try and do that pass down the edge of the field last. You very often you get some strange things happen when you try and do that. So... That's why I'm starting it out there now. And then I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to come back to that one for a minute. We can just worry about other things. So we can, first of all, we can get this one planting. And as soon as we've got this one underway, we'll be able to go and get that combine and put that one away in the shed. The only other thing we've then got is to get that trailer and tip the wheat out into our store and then put that one away as well. Does anybody remember if there used to be a limit on the amount of grain that you could store on the farm? Did you have to buy additional silos to store more grain, or was it unlimited in FS13? I don't remember. I think it was unlimited, but don't quote me on that. So let's start you down here. We're going to keep an eye on it when it gets down close to the tree down there. And probably help it go past, and then help it go past it again, just so that it can do this without getting all hung up. Which, again, is why I want to get rid of these trees. Pretty sure I used to have issues with these trees. Issues with these trees has long been a subject that has happened. Right, well, we got past them here. All I'm going to have to do is just nurse the hired help to get round the corner again, so that it will start on that side and then go all the way up through, because otherwise it's going to reverse all the way back down to the trees again. We know it's going to do that, just because it's difficult, and that's what it wants. That's just what it does. Right. See? Off it goes. So, being able to stop it from doing that would be absolutely wonderful. It means, I mean, all we're going to have to do is take out those 2 trees. I will also take out that one. Like, depending on how we do the trees, they do need to go. They do need to go. Our options at the moment: we buy a chainsaw, we can chop it down, we can try and drag stuff down that way. We'd have the long way to drag it. We could chip it up using the standard chipping equipment. That's quite an involved process to go and do that. Or we could just go with the Brooks on Big Daddy with the stump cutter. Although that's I think that's the one that I want. I think you have that one and that one. You join them together. Although, wasn't the new stump cutter like a step up from that one? So you didn't have to have them as 2 separate ones. Got a feeling that you could do it without having to get that. That cuts stumps, breaks trunks into wood chips. I don't know which version I've got is the right one, but I'll figure that out. Although, see, the thing is, that one's 58,000 euros. This biobelt right here is one that I've modified, and it should get all the stumps and everything without any problems. That's a lot cheaper. This one here is quite expensive. It'd take quite a bit to earn that one back, regardless of what we do. So I'm not really sure at the moment, but anyway, that one can keep going now. He's doing what he's supposed to do. So we can go over here, take our combine and drive it back to the yard. Get that one parked up in shed. I gotta decide what next, there's a big lump in the ground right there. There's a big lump in the ground right there. See, it's little things like that that we would want the terrain modification tools, and using that little feature of FS19 just to like tidy things up a little bit and make some little tweaks to bits here and there, which I think would be very, very cool to be able to do. It's not an essential, it's just one of those things that would be cool to be able to do, just because it's now actually an option where it never used to be. I'm gonna spinning around quite fast. Yeah, I'm going to put this one back into the shed right here. Bring you back there, and we will leave you there. Let's lower down that header. Right, there we go. There we go. We've just got that one to put away, and I need to just wait for those to do a bit of work in the field. We could always go and get the... Let's jump on the Profi hopper a second. Go and do a load with the Profi hopper. And yeah, it's drifting. It's definitely drifting. I haven't experienced this before, not with this one. Like I use this one in my Estancia Lapacho series. With I've modified the overall capacity of it in the Estancia Lapacho series, and it seems to work fairly well. But I've not had experience with it drifting before. This whole drifting thing is new to me. Not seen it doing this. So I don't know why it's decided to go and start doing that. However, we can work around it. We've just got to be a little bit more careful where we drive and how we drive. Alright, so long as I just go a little bit slower, like when I'm going around the corners here, we should be alright. See, I can bring it on round like that. There, I missed a couple of little bits up here. So spin you around like that. It seems alright now. I think it's partly because I've not got quite it's not quite full. Because I'm not quite full. Oh, no, it's because I'm not empty. I think because I was empty, it was like really light. and that's what made a bit of a difference. We can also tidy up a little bit. No, it didn't even drift then. Alright. So maybe it's only happening when he's empty. Or it could be when the deck is lifted up off the ground. If the deck is off the ground, that might also be affecting it. I have absolutely no idea. I'm just taking random stabs in the dark here. I really have got no clue why it was doing that drifting. I know the steering is quite sensitive, so if you turn really sharp, when you try to straighten the steering out again, it does, like, you tend to overcompensate, and that's why I sort of slide all over the place, a bit like when you're about to have an accident as you're driving along. Right, let's stop that. I'm going to lift that one up, and now we'll see. No, he's fine doing that as well. I don't really understand why he went and did what he was doing. Anyway, there's another little bit of cash added into the total. The cultivating is almost done over there, so we will jump over and we'll have a look at that in a second. 405 we were getting. I don't know what it's changed to now, although we haven't actually skipped very much time yet. We've just been doing this, so it's probably going to be 400. You know, I really should speed up the rate that this one empties out. It's very, very slow emptying out, isn't it? I did try to increase the speed that it mows, but it wouldn't let me do that. I altered the numbers. 396, it's slightly lower than what it used to be. We've lost 11. No, we've lost 9, not 11. We've lost 9. Right, no, hang on. I wanted to see. No, he's definitely stopped drifting now. I don't know why then. He was drifting, but he's definitely stopped doing it now. For whatever strange, bizarre reason, he decided he was going to do that. Never mind. Right, so there was another $400 that I had. See, it's like the Profi Hopper, in theory, sounds really cool, the idea of it, but when you get to it in practice, it's a little less practical. It's boring, essentially. It takes a really long time to do anything with it, and it takes a very, very long time to earn any money. You're nearly done. You're nearly completely finished, which means that we could possibly go and sell some more crops. It's very nearly almost finished. We've got a little tiny bit to do right down the very other end of the field, and then this will all be completed. So, I am on a new recording session. I've got a few little things that I want to show you that people have sent me, and a couple of extra little bits that I've done. I've been getting a lot of information about what FS13 was like back in the day, back when it first started. We had a $200,000 maximum loan, or euro. So we will sort of make use of that. The shed that we did have over there, those sheds over there, I was told, were absolutely spot-on accurate. They were really good. I did sell one of them so that we could make way for the sell point on there. So that bit we have gone and changed, but I don't regret doing that. I'm actually quite happy with that. The whole idea, I said, of not using new crops, only using the older crops, most people seem to think that I should be using the things that are available in FS19 and not sort of removing those from the process. You know, we're playing FS19 now, so let's play the FS13 map with the benefits of FS19. The only thing I'm going to keep is the vehicles not getting dirty. I've decided I'm going to keep that one I'm going to leave that option switched off. We're not going to do ploughing, and we're not going to do lime, and we're not going to do herbicide. I'm going to leave those out of it, just because for keeping the series moving and gameplay and that, it's going to be quicker, it's going to be a little bit more efficient as we run things along. So for that reason, I'd like to leave those options kind of like how we've got them. However, we will use landscaping. We will cut the trees down and we will sell them. We will profit from the trees as we sell them. And we will use all the new crops. I won't do cotton because this region wouldn't actually be suitable for cotton. So I'm not doing cotton in this series. But I will go through most of the other crops. And I will do it in the traditional way that I used to do it in FS13. FS13, when I played it, I will literally just cycle through here. So we're doing barley at the moment. Next, we will do oats. And then we will do all of these crops that don't have any straw coming back. So if we want straw, we got to keep it from one of these two harvests, or we're not going to have straw for quite some time. That's how I used to do it. That's how I'm going to do it in this series. And that was like one of the challenges that I would bring in for myself to, well, try and do it like that. It didn't always work out, but yeah, I'm going to try and do it like that. So we've got, the other thing was the silos that we've got over there. They apparently were set up over on that side. I couldn't remember at all, but they were individual silos for each. You tipped it in one place, but you took it out from 4 different silos. You had a different silo for each type of grain. That was how they did it. Rather than just one centralized location. That was about the only difference on there. But anyway, the really cool thing that I've been sent was someone sent me some links, and the links to these are posted on our Discord. There is a link in the description for the Discord. It's not actually a direct link to Discord. It is a link to another video. Click on it, follow to the other video, and there's a link in the description to that one for Discord. It's, for those of you who are already familiar with the channel, you know why, but it's basically so that if I need to change that link to the Discord, I've only got to go and do it on one video instead of several thousand videos, which otherwise would get a little bit annoying. So the tractors that you started off with 3 of these dotted around the map. And so someone sent me a link to this one, which is very, very cool. So there is that one there. I'm not going to buy this one and add it in. I'm not actually going to use it. Well, I suppose we might later on just have a little potter around on it. But I just wanted to show you the tractor because I thought it looked really cool. So yeah, it was that Kramer right there that we had. And then there was also the Sammy Argon here. Now, I don't think you actually started with this one. I think you started with the Bura, which was the yellow, the kind of the yellowy-orange tractor. And then what I would always do is I would sell the 3 Kramers immediately and buy this Sammy Argon, because this one had 80 horsepower, the others only had like 17. This one was a bit faster on the road as well. It was an all-round more useful beastie, and I quite liked it. So this one here does cost 20,000 euros. We're going to buy that one, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to our loan over here. Now, we've got a loan at the moment of 100,000. The maximum that we're allowed to borrow is 200,000. That's what it was in FS13, so we're going to max out our loan there at $200,000, and we're not going to go any higher than that. We're going to keep that on the FS13 thing. So, yeah, the other rules, I'm keeping the crop destruction off, the periodic ploughing, whether or not you need to plough your fields periodically to keep yield high. Now, I'm not sure, because somebody reckoned that doesn't actually negate the need to plough after you've done corn or root crops. And sugarcane, although we're not doing sugarcane on this series. So, yeah, I'm not really sure about that. The periodic ploughing, I don't know if it says in here. Maybe it'll actually tell us in here. We go to ploughing right here. Let's cultivate. That doesn't tell us. Improving yield right here. Plough after corn, potatoes, sugar beet, and sugarcane, otherwise you lose 15%. So, in theory, it shouldn't make any difference. And the lime makes... We don't have lime and weeds being... They're not active in this series. We're not using those at all. So, we don't need to worry about the lime and the weeds. We got plant growth on fast. And then, I'm not having workers buy anything at the moment, but I may change that round. I'm not quite sure. So, anyway, that's kind of what we've got set up at the moment, and we're planting our barley right now. So we've got 113,000 euros. Now, once we start to get a couple of extra fields, we will be glad of an extra tractor. So we're going to start off with the Sammy Argon right here, which is the one that you used to start off with. So we've got no fender and we've got fender. Oh, I see. That's the fender on the front right there. Okay. A GPS system is an extra 15,000. I'm not going to use a GPS on this one. Front loader attachment, no, we won't have that one. The engine, we can go with 80 or 105. We'll go with 80 because that's what it used to be in the original game, I think. And then we got wheel weights. We got doubles. Wow. Or standard. We'll go with... Right, we'll just do standard like that. Well, this is what it's going to be like. Yes, I will purchase that. Right, that leaves us with 93,000 euros. We got to wait for this field here to finish planting. I'm going to let him just go up to the top of the field now, and then I'm going to start him down that edge of the field, and then we will go and see about selling a little bit more in the way of crops. We've got 1156 available there, 1919 available there, both of those at the restaurant. That one at the barley is 1043 at the restaurant. I've sold those. I got 1,327 there at the ranch. I've got my little list of prices that I wrote down to get an idea of what would be the highest, although we haven't actually fast-forwarded time at all yet, so I've got no idea at the moment just how good these prices are compared to sort of long-term averages. But I've got a little post-it note with all of the prices written down where we can... we'll sort of be able to keep an eye on what the best prices for each of the different items are. And so we're definitely going to want to watch that. Now, we've got this small seed drill. I'm thinking that what we'll probably do is we've got the semi-argon now. So we've got 3 tractors on the farm. And we kind of got a choice. We can either upgrade things, or we can keep things similar and get more of them. And I'm kind of thinking that keeping things similar is the way to go. If we have another cultivator, I mean, at the moment we've got, see the cultivator right there. We've got that one. No, we haven't. We got that one. If we were to get another one of them, the semi-argon, despite being 80 horsepower, I reckon it could probably pull that one along. These are both 3 meters, and they both run about the same speed, so we don't need to worry about any of that. We could just get another one of those, so we got 2 of them. We can have 2 tractors cultivating, and then once the cultivating is done, then we go into the seeders over here, and we've got this Amazon right here, which is the one that we started with. We just have another one of them, and then that one also does the planting. That's going to take care of the first few crops that we're going to need. We're doing oats after this, and then we'll be doing canola. So if we got both of those going, we can have 2 cultivating, 1 planting. Once the cultivating is nearing completion, we switch over and have 2 planting. And we'll be able to get through quite quickly. So I was kind of thinking that would be a step in the right direction for that. We're not going to need an actual planter until we get to the sunflowers over here, and then we're going to need to adapt and overcome, because the sunflowers and the corn, they require different headers on the combine as well. So we're going to need to do something different for those. But we're back here in the barley, so we've got a couple of crops to go before we actually reach that point. So I don't think we need to worry about it too much. So I think what we'll do is we will go and we'll buy these up right now so that we're ready for our next harvest. So I'll go in there and I will buy that one. Yes, okay. And then we will go into the cultivators. We'll buy another one of those. I think we've relived enough glory days just for a moment. We're going to take a breather. We're going to have a little bite to eat. And then we can get back to it, nice and refreshed, and relive a few more glory days. There should be some names coming up right now that you can have a look at. It's names of people who are in the Great Book of Names, people who have supported this channel, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.